All right, fresh session.
Follow me. I know the place.
You know the place?
Who left this light on?
Yeah, I don't know. Who did leave the light on? Could be the caretaker. Why is it got ghost lights? It's got spooky ghost lights. All the lights in this game are spooky ghosts.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins.
Yours isn't.
What does this tell me?
Is it the last? Oh yeah. Yeah. How long has it been there? Yeah. It's just nasty looking.
What kind of meat is this?
Wait, it still looked gross even when it was new?
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
So he stood up in a rush. Is it because he got poisoned? Was he was the meat poisoned?
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Out of spite? On accident? Okay, they're eating squid loaf. Like, what the fuck? Got eyes everywhere and tentacles, and they were eating that? Did he not want to eat that? And you were like, you listen here, you little shit. You're gonna eat this. Oh, look, buns. A nightmare loaf. We made our food out of nightmares. I don't want.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Or maybe Sarah Hawkins poisoned the food. And so that she like knocked it out of the kid's hand. She's like, no, don't eat before he does, because she was not eating, trying to bait him into eating. Why are you saying that she left the food untouched, though? Nobody touched their food except for the dropped food. I don't know, did he eat the edges of it? I can't tell. It looks rounded off. Seriously, what the fuck? It's like squid loaf. We're just gonna... he's not reacting to that at all.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Ask him about this. Come on, investigator man. You're not even gonna ask about what this is? Like, what the fuck, dude? Stands out like crazy. It's kind of an issue.
Managed to bring the fire under control, but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
Can't I read this document? No? Alright, you're very restricted in where you can go here, huh?
Charles and Sarah's wedding is painted by Sarah herself.
This painting is pulsating at me.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Charles Hawkins poses like an explorer in front of exotic ruins. It is common knowledge that he wasted away his fortune on expensive trips. What was he looking for?
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way.
If only I could step over things or jump like most characters in video games. Alas, I am poor investigator man who is doomed to be Cthulhuized and lose his mind, and therefore jumping will not be necessary.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Wait, we just got enough, didn't we? I've got 4 points. I can make one of the ones that's not that good better. Just not these two, right? 4, 6, 4, 4. But I can't increase either of these ones. Yeah. So, if I want to make the crappy ones better, I can go eloquence or psychology. I kind of want to do eloquence. Talk my way around things a little bit, make it at least a little bit better. Not great right now. The only thing is that extra specialization in investigation or spot hidden, like being super good at something would be kind of nice. It's a little risk reward, I suppose. Like, do I want to have like some really good skills and some not great skills, or do I want to be a well-rounded type? I would like. It's really tempting to maximize the stat, admittedly, and be really good at it. Or a spot hidden. Because an undiscovered object will just not appear. So, like, if I want to have more stuff show up, spot hidden's the way to go. Yeah. I don't know if it works in the moment or not. I'm just gonna start applying the points now. Validate. Yes. Because it goes up to 60%. It was 40, now it's 60. Does that count towards... Is that my chance of success? It's not really explained properly. I'm just gonna hope it is, and hope that those points are helping right now. Because I'm in the middle of an investigation now.
Left a trace. Where are the others?
Oh. We're already at the child's corpse area. I mean, well, yeah, this is where the fire was. Hello?
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
That's me finding a hidden object, huh? Yeah. See, that's why I want that stat.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
I kind of want to maximize my hidden object investigation skill so that I can be peak Sherlock at all cost. But suck at everything else. Specialize my playthrough, make it more interesting.
They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Hi. It's remarkable how much this looks like Vampire. Like I'm just playing Vampire, a prequel or sequel or something.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
His narration does not add much, does it? He definitely seems to, like, the thing that shows up on the screen when I click on something, what he says on top of that really doesn't add anything, does it? So this would tell us when the fire happened, because at least approximately, because the fire would disable the clock. I can't turn my light on in this mode. That close-up blur. Oh, it's the floating denture thing. Yeah, you can see his dentures floating in his mouth. What could I be missing? There's the shoe. Nothing back here. Alright, so I found all the hidden objects. But it sounds like there's more fire scene stuff to find. Like stuff that isn't green. Maybe he was going all Cthulhu-y, and he was losing his mind. And as he was losing his mind, he would drink to try to repress it. And then he would attack his wife, and so on, and then this lamp caused a fire, coincidentally. Or accidentally, I mean. Do I investigate out here? Oh.
Did someone escape the fire?
Seems like a yes. Weird place for claw marks.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. Huh. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
It seems like in his version of the flashback, somebody, it looks like the father, ran away while still on fire. Damn.
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
I was under the impression the fire started around midnight.
Yes, Silas banged on our door around 1 a.m. Poor devil ran so hard he was almost belching his lungs out.
This clock burned before 10 p.m.
That's impossible. What you imply? Silas never would have hurt the Hawkins family. Besides, Dr. Fuller confirmed the hour of death in his report. Your clock must have already have stopped.
Honestly, you don't find that suspicious?
That's troubling, I have to admit. But I trust Silas. And Dr. Fuller is an authoritative figure. The mainland folks are damned envious that he's here with us. A brilliant surgeon, and a friend of the family. I'm sure he took the matter to heart. So, excuse me if I value his opinion over yours.
So be it. Let's move on. I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization? By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So, well...
He's burning himself on the lighter, but he's insisting on holding it for the whole conversation. Oh, that's gonna happen more, isn't it?
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Well, that must have been a loss for you.
No glass. I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
It would seem at least one person fled the crime scene.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
They would rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help? I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
There's only one way to be sure, and I know it must be this exact room. Almost. One more point. You get points pretty frequently during these story bits, huh? I guess it's a little every bit of forward story progress you make, you get it.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
What's the standard for disturbing something? See, that's a good example of how his monologue doesn't actually add anything. I turned the knob, it didn't open, and then he's like, "This is locked." I explain now out loud. Medicine, ooh. Oh. Medicine in the 18th century. I thought it was saying that this is book 18. I was like, damn. This collection of medieval knowledge and health practices of the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. Well, yeah. Acknowledging that anybody else had anything of value to offer would really put a damper on the whole colonialism and, you know, the idea that the white guys deserved everything for themselves. So everyone had to be inferior by concept. Otherwise, we'd have to think about the morality of what we were doing. Hooray.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
Well, they're different bandages, technically. We're just gonna be technical. But yes, they may be for similar purpose.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty.
Secret?
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty.
Secret? You're flashing a secret at me. Flashing a secret at me.
This door is blocked from the outside.
You're flashing a secret at me. Oh, hey. Crowbar. Hawkins Manor, probably delivered to the caretaker Silas.
A crowbar. Could prove useful.
Could prove useful. Also could be evidence of some sort. Where'd he go? I don't know where he went. I've lost track of the other guy.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Dated 1818.
Oh, wow. Look at the size. This massive library. You're gonna tell me where they read all these books, or they just wanted to look rich? Probably wanted to look rich, considering the fact that they bought a mansion they couldn't afford. Human body comparative analysis. A precise and detailed treatise on the particularities of the human body compared to the animal world. The simplicity of its writing and vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane. That take me up to, yep, 28. They're pumping up my medicine stat.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Oh, your lantern's here. I was like, why can't I see anything on this? So blared out. Is that a hidden skull right there? Grab all the books. They'll teach us more about in medicine. I want to read every single book in this entire library because I'm a video game player, and I bet that they'll increase my medicine and occult stats if I do. But we're not going to be that dedicated, huh? It's a really... California and Alaska Illustrated. Okay, that one just says Cthulhu. That book just says Cthulhu. Like, openly and obviously. Can't read that one. There's another California and Alaska book. In the Mouth of Madness? That's just Lovecraft's book. There's Cthulhu and there's In the Mouth of Madness. Tales of the Punjabi. Those books are just thrown about all disheveled like. Lovecraft's books are just in the game that's about Lovecraft. Yeah, the shelves repeat from here. What does that say? Illustrated poems. Another Cthulhu on its side. The World, Volume 1. Lots of Tales of Punjabi. Yeah, it loops pretty frequently. Not only does it loop often, but there's also alternate configurations of the same books. They rearrange the same books a lot, too. That lightning? Yep. The answer came a moment later. Moby Dick.
Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Metaphors. I still need to read Moby Dick. There's so many books, you guys. Like, there's so many books. And they keep making more every day, did you know? I'll have to read my copy of Alice in Wonderland before I start buying more literature after that.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
It's a fun little detail of immersion, I guess, that he burns himself periodically, but it's really funny that for conversations he's holding it up the whole time and I can't make him stop during those conversations and he'll just burn himself.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Bye. It's very polite to just wander off when someone's talking to you. Oh my god, there's more. How many people lived in here? 100? No, 3. You did not read these books. Don't lie to me. I'll know. I'll know you're lying to me. Are these gonna be the same books for that from the other shelves rearranged? No. Nah. Don't get scared of the lightning. It's just a video game.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by 2 families that seceded from the New England colonies.
I thought you said the 14th century. Did you say the 14th century, which would have been in the 1500s? 1692 would be almost the 1700s.
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
That periodic lightning. Ooh.
There's something disturbing about this painting.
There's also a skull in front of it. I don't know if you fucking noticed that. Kind of important detail. It also looks like a big, like too big of a skull, like bigger than a person's head almost. But I don't know. I don't have a lot of scale right now. It might just be because that guy's head's so small. Also, all the paintings pulsate. That's not really helping.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
These are really nice bound books. I like that it's printed on the cover too. It's got a nice stylized hardcover. I like hardcover books, but I don't like dust jackets. I throw away dust jackets. And then I'm just disappointed if underneath there's just a super undetailed book. But I'll prefer that over a piece of paper I've got to feel like I've got to take care of forever. I hate the flimsy piece of paper that makes me feel nervous about holding the book like I'm going to damage it. So I just rip off that band-aid right away and throw the dust jacket away. Live with what I get. Another I almost said crossbow. Another crowbar. I guess they gave you a lot of opportunities to find one, so I must be kind of necessary to use one. Getting really curious about how much my stats are going to lead to actual different outcomes of the game, or if it's just going to be the same playthrough that with like a something that just kind of makes it seem like it's going to be different.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she, again, terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Welcome, respectfully yours, Anton Ballard. Sounds like she was not doing well. Whoa, destroyed balcony. Oh, I guess I couldn't have taken that path up when I was there before. I didn't really realize the stairs were so blocked. Is this gonna be like Perception? Where the woman's losing their mind? Additionally, is it gonna follow the next level? The next step, which is to reveal that it's the guy's fault that it's happening? Is that where we're gonna go with this?
Locked. Locked.
Why did you do that? Fuck you. He just immediately put his light out when I walked in. I'm like, I didn't tell you to do that. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Nothing says good poster layout like hyphens. There's just every literary reference possible, isn't there? There's jamming them all in here. Got a bunch of wooden tools. Oh, making a house out of books. Nope, boys seeing creepy things. How the hell do I see all this stuff that I see? My magic?
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
Maybe Dad's like going crazy downstairs, so they're trying to make him sleep through it.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Could be. Sometimes he just draws stuff for fun. Like when I was in daycare, my parents got called in because I kept drawing like rain, like storm clouds and stuff like that, and it was all like, it seemed like the stuff that like a sad kid would make, or a kid that was in trouble or something. And I would just say like, I want it to rain, I want to make it rain, but it was because I just seen The Wizard of Oz like the day before. Still a secret waiting for me in here. There it is.
The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time.
Context. Simon's private journal. He seemed worried about his mother and her attacks. Tension also seemed to be growing between the Hawkins couple. Could the fire be the result of an argument? You're not going to give me a transcript, but I can read this if I'm real careful. Saturday. Today with mother we played in the garden, but she is still sad. I hate it when she is sad. Is she angry with father? Sunday. Father scolded me. He shouted loud and wanted to spank me, but mother did not want him to. He is always angry. Why? There are lots of strange things in his office. I just wanted to look at them. Tuesday. I built a castle for mother and me. I told her to come and hide with me. Wednesday. She's always painting monsters. I don't like her monsters. I have bad dreams, and they come into my bedroom and look at me. I cry, and mother shouts at me. and father says I must take tablets. They are not nice. I don't want to take them. So... So the mom's painting monsters, then he's envisioning them coming into his room. He hates them and has to use medication to sleep past it. Reminds me of the one or two times where thoughts of impending doom creatures from Subnautica led to me taking something to sleep because it was like I'm just been lying in bed for 3 hours not sleeping, mind dominated by thoughts. Tuesday. Mother is screaming again. She cries a lot. Father is sad and angry with mother. I don't know why. She, then blip. There's nothing. It's like erased. There's the creepy drawing of the squid. So that's the timeline? I don't know. That's the creepy squid, but the next thing is the broken plate. Mother's sad again. At lunch we ate in silence. It was strange. Father said, "Finish your dishes. We always eat the same thing. It looks like rotten fish and it smells very bad. Why does he always want to eat that? It's not very nice. If we have to eat it again tonight, I'll throw my plate on the floor and smash it." Oh. I bet that didn't go over well. You're disrespecting the great catch. It might be the great catch. What if there's some sort of nightmare Lovecraft monster in the basement or something, or the attic, just growing, and they're just chopping off chunks of it and eating it? I must grow. Grow, grow, grow.